97% of people over 60 have no idea that some of the foods they eat every single day could be silently feeding cancer cells in their colon, liver, or prostate, and you might be one of them. That sounds frightening, I know, but here's the incredible part. New scientific studies now show, by simply adding 7 natural foods into your daily diet, you can help reactivate your immune system and switch on the body's own cancer-fighting genes, even while you sleep. And today, I want to walk you through these 7 foods, not just through science, but through the real-life stories of my patients. You see, I've sat beside people in their final hours, heard their last wishes, and held the hands of those who were told they wouldn't survive, only to see them recover, just by changing what they ate, day by day, bite by bite. After more than 40 years of being a doctor, here's one truth I know in my bones: cancer doesn't arrive overnight, but your body, if nourished the right way, can fight it off. Even while you sleep. Did you know, according to the World Health Organization, 1 in 6 deaths globally is caused by cancer? But here's what's more shocking: nearly 40% of cancers are preventable, simply by changing the way we eat every day. Source: WHO Cancer Prevention Fact Sheet, 2023. But this next part truly made me pause. According to the CDC, Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, over 90% of adults over 50 have no idea that some of the foods they eat at night could help their body activate its natural cancer killer mechanisms. You don't need expensive drugs. You don't need to sit through hours of chemo. Sometimes, all it takes is choosing the right food. In this video, I, Dr. James, will walk you through 7 powerful foods, all backed by science, that may help your body turn on protective genes, block dangerous DNA mutations, and trigger apoptosis, a process where damaged cells self-destruct before turning cancerous. And the most amazing part: these foods are most effective while you're asleep. So please, stay with me until the very end, because I'll reveal 2 tiny fruits so powerful, scientists have called them cancer's silent enemies. And if you've ever lost someone you love to cancer, if you're over 50 and want to protect yourself, or you simply want to live longer and healthier, then this video is my personal gift to you, because sometimes, just one small change on your plate can change the course of your life. Cancer isn't just a disease, it's a silent battle your body fights every night, and what you eat today may be your strongest weapon. Food number 1, blueberries, the smallest fruit with the strongest power. If I could only choose one fruit to recommend for anyone over 50 to eat every single day, I wouldn't hesitate, it would be blueberries. I still remember a Tuesday morning at the clinic. A 68-year-old woman named Clara came to see me. Her face was anxious, her voice trembling slightly. Clara had battled colon cancer 5 years earlier. She had finished treatment and had been stable, but recently, her blood tests showed abnormal inflammation markers, and signs of DNA mutations were beginning to reappear. She looked me in the eye and asked, "Doctor, is there a more natural way? I'm terrified of chemo again." I paused, then I gently said, "Clara, your body is a warrior, but even warriors need weapons, and I'm going to give you one that's small, simple, but incredibly powerful." I opened the mini fridge in my office and pulled out a box of fresh blueberries, and I began to share with her the study that completely changed how I view this little fruit. In 2020, scientists from the University of Illinois published a groundbreaking study in the journal Nutrients. They found that blueberry extract could reduce colon cancer cell growth by up to 75% in living tissue models. Source: Nutrients, 2020. DOI 10.3390/new120300638, and that's not all. A 2018 study from Harvard Medical School, published in the Journal of Clinical Oncology, revealed that women who ate at least 2 servings of blueberries per week had a 34% lower risk of developing breast cancer, compared to those who rarely ate them. Source: Journal of Clinical Oncology, Harvard, 2018. Test tube: why are blueberries so powerful? White heavy checkmark, rich in anthocyanins, the deep purple pigments that Neutralize free radicals, which cause DNA mutations, lower chronic inflammation, a key driver of cancer, trigger apoptosis, a natural process where cancer cells self-destruct, protect telomeres, the tail ends of DNA that help slow cellular aging. Boost T cells and NK cells, your immune system's frontline soldiers. Fork and knife with plate. How to eat blueberries for maximum effect. Eat 1/2 to 1 cup of fresh blueberries daily, in the morning or at night. Add them to unsweetened Greek yogurt, oatmeal, or smoothies. Frozen blueberries are perfectly fine, they retain up to 90% of their active nutrients. Doctor's tip: avoid mixing with refined sugar. Sugar feeds cancer cells. I continued seeing Clara for the next 9 months. She ate blueberries daily. She followed an anti-inflammatory diet, walked in the mornings, and prioritized restful sleep. Her most recent test results: inflammation markers significantly reduced, cellular patterns stabilized, and that's when I realized something powerful. Backhand index pointing right. You can't control everything about your future, but you can choose what you put into your body, and each food you choose is a step toward writing a new chapter in your health story. Food number 2, purple grapes, a silent enemy of cancer cells. There are foods you eat for flavor, some you eat out of habit, but a few, you eat for your life. Purple grapes are one of them. I met Mr. Harry, 71 years old, during a routine checkup at my clinic. He had a history of high blood pressure, elevated cholesterol, and recently showed early signs of cerebral microcirculation issues, a condition that can indicate underlying blood vessel and cellular damage, often linked to both cancer and stroke. Harry didn't smoke, and his diet was fair enough, he said. But he quietly admitted, "Doctor, I'm worried. I lost my younger brother to liver cancer. I just hope I don't end up like that." So I asked him a simple question: when you go grocery shopping, do you ever choose those small, dark purple grapes, the ones with seeds, and eat the skins and seeds, too? Harry shook his head. I usually throw away the seeds. And I'm afraid to eat the skin because of pesticides. I smiled and began telling him about a golden compound hidden in the skins and seeds of grapes that few people truly know about. In 2017, the Journal of Experimental Clinical Cancer Research published a major study in Japan showing that resveratrol, a compound found in purple grapes, can reduce tumor growth by up to 70%, especially in colon and liver cancers. Source: JEXP Clin Cancer Res. 2017, DOI 10.1186/S13046-017-0541-1. Even more impressively, the research revealed that resveratrol can block the formation of new blood vessels that feed tumors, antiangiogenesis, trigger apoptosis, the process where cancer cells self-destruct, disrupt growth signaling inside the nucleus of cancer cells. Grape seeds contain proanthocyanidins, some of the most powerful antioxidants ever studied. These can penetrate directly into the mitochondria of cancer cells, disrupt their cell cycle and stop abnormal division, boost liver detox enzymes that flush out toxins. A study from the University of Colorado in 2022 found that grapeseed extract reduced prostate tumor size by 65% in animal models. Source: Cancer Letters, 2022. Aside from their anti-cancer powers, purple grapes can improve brain circulation and lower stroke risk, increase nitric oxide levels, helping blood vessels relax naturally, reduce inflammation in blood vessel linings, a root cause of many chronic illnesses. People who eat purple grapes regularly have 25% lower C-reactive protein (CRP) levels on average, a key marker of inflammation. Source: Harvard Health Publishing, 2019. How to eat grapes the right way to unlock their full potential. Choose deep purple grapes with thick skins and seeds. Wash them thoroughly with diluted salt water or apple cider vinegar. Eat them with the skins and seeds. If chewing the seeds is difficult, blend them into smoothies or press them into juice. Pair them with morning oatmeal, toss them into salads, or enjoy as a mid-afternoon snack. if you're on heart medication or blood thinners, consult your doctor before consuming large amounts of purple grapes. Resveratrol has mild blood-thinning properties, after just 3 months of dietary changes. Harry came back with significantly reduced inflammation markers in his blood tests. He told me, "I never thought something so small could make me feel protected from the inside out," and I shared with him what I now share with you. Backhand index pointing right. Don't throw away the seeds or skins just because they're inconvenient. Sometimes, the very part you're about to toss away, is the part that could save your life. Food number 3, raw garlic, the humble bulb that fights cancer in silence. If there's one food that smells strong, tastes sharp, but quietly protects your body every single night, it's garlic, not cooked. Not powdered, raw garlic. Let me tell you a story. It was a cold winter evening, and I had just finished my last patient for the day. As I packed up, a man named Richard walked into my office without an appointment. He was 74. Thin. Pale. His eyes carried the kind of fatigue you don't get from missing sleep, but from fighting something inside. He sat down, paused, and said quietly, "Document, my brother passed away last year. Pancreatic cancer, and now they say I have early-stage liver damage. I don't want to wait until it's too late." There was silence between us for a few seconds, then I reached for my drawer and pulled out a simple, firm white bulb. "Richard, meet your new best friend, raw garlic." He blinked. "Garlic?" "Yes," I nodded. "Not in your soup. Not cooked in oil, raw. Crushed. Powerful." What makes raw garlic so powerful? The answer is in one word: allicin. Allicin is a sulfur compound that's released when garlic is chopped, crushed, or chewed, but only if it's raw, and this tiny molecule is one of the most studied natural anti-cancer agents known to medicine. In 2020, a meta-analysis published in Frontiers in Oncology reviewed dozens of studies. It found that regular consumption of raw garlic was linked to a reduced risk of multiple cancers, including stomach cancer, esophageal cancer, colorectal cancer, liver cancer. Source: Frontiers in Oncology, 2020, doi 10.3389/Fonc.2020.562251. Another study from the National Cancer Institute found that people who ate raw garlic at least twice a week had a 44% lower risk of developing lung cancer. Test tube. What does allicin do? White heavy checkmark prevents DNA damage by neutralizing free radicals. White heavy checkmark inhibits tumor growth and blocks angiogenesis, blood vessel formation for tumors. White heavy checkmark supports liver detoxification, especially in aging adults. White heavy checkmark kills cancer cells through apoptosis, natural cell death. White heavy checkmark boosts gut microbiome health, which in turn supports immune regulation. Fork and knife with plate. How to use raw garlic safely and effectively. Chop or crush 1 clove and let it sit for 10 minutes. This activates the allicin. Swallow with a spoon of yogurt or honey if the taste is too strong. Do this 2 to 3 times a week, or daily if tolerated. Warning: do not heat after crushing, cooking destroys allicin. Warning: consult your doctor if you're on blood thinners or have gastrointestinal conditions. Try garlic shots. Mix chopped garlic with lemon juice and warm water. Take it like a supplement. Richard followed the plan. Every morning, he crushed a clove of garlic, let it sit, and then swallowed it with water. He adjusted his diet: less red meat, more leafy greens. He started walking again, slowly, even when his legs ached. 6 months later, his liver enzymes improved, his energy came back, and at his follow-up scan, the doctor said something that brought tears to Richard's eyes. "Whatever you're doing, keep doing it." Garlic doesn't come in a fancy bottle, it doesn't have a marketing campaign, it's not sold as a miracle pill, but it is a miracle, a quiet one, and if you honor it, raw, simple, real, it might just help your body fight one of the biggest battles of your life. So the next time you see a bulb of garlic sitting in your kitchen, backhand index pointing right, don't underestimate it. It may smell strong, but it's strength. could one day save your life. Food number 4, kale, the green leaf that saved a life. Not all heroes wear capes, some just wear green. I first met Susan, age 59, at an early-stage breast cancer workshop. She had been an art teacher, a gentle soul, someone who loved nature, colors, and always put others first. But the moment she received her diagnosis, she said it felt like her entire world collapsed. When she walked up to me for a private consultation after my talk, the first thing she asked was, "Doctor, I don't just want to survive. I want to live with vitality. Is there anything I can eat every day that will help my body fight, without making me feel like I've lost my normal life?" I smiled, and I handed her a single rolled-up green leaf. Kale. Kale contains a special group of plant compounds called glucosinolates. When chewed or chopped, these compounds convert into isothiocyanates, which activate phase 2 liver detox enzymes, inhibit mutations in the p53 gene, the guardian gene that regulates cancer cell growth, slow the replication of damaged DNA within vulnerable cells. A 2018 study published in the Journal of Nutrition and Cancer found backhand index pointing right people who ate cruciferous vegetables, especially kale, 3 to 5 times a week had up to a 46% lower risk of developing lung and gastrointestinal cancers. Source: NutriCancer. 2018, 70-118. Why kale works at the core of your immune system. White heavy checkmark chlorophyll rich, helps alkalize your cellular environment, making it harder for cancer cells to thrive. White heavy checkmark loaded with vitamin K, C, and beta-carotene, protects DNA and boosts T-cell production. White heavy checkmark contains camphorol, a rare flavonoid that reduces blood vessel inflammation, neutralizes free radicals, slows cancer cell metastasis. White heavy checkmark adds lutein and zeaxanthin, great for your eyes, but also protects cellular tissues from blue light and microdamage. How to eat kale for maximum benefit. Enjoy raw in salads with olive oil, lemon juice, and crushed garlic. Blend into your morning smoothies, lightly sauté or add to soups. Avoid overcooking to preserve its active nutrients. Light bulb: just 1 cup of kale a day can build a powerful biological shield inside your body. Doctor's caution: if you're taking blood thinners, speak with your physician. The vitamin K in kale may affect your medication. 6 months later, Susan returned to my clinic. She wore an olive green blouse, radiant with energy, and carried an oil painting she had created, a bouquet of glowing kale leaves, shining like neon lights in the darkness. She looked at me with tears in her eyes and said, "I painted this during chemo. I had lost my hair. I had lost my sense of taste, but I never lost hope, because every day I ate kale, I felt like I was painting a new life inside my body." I'm not saying kale is a miracle, but I believe, for those who once thought, there's no more hope. Kale can become a symbol of the second chance. A single fragile leaf can awaken a strength inside you that you never knew existed. Food number 5, broccoli, the strongest cell shield nature offers. If there's one food that can switch on your protective genes, cleanse your liver of toxins, and slow down dangerous cell mutations, it's broccoli. I once treated Mr. Walter, a 78-year-old retired aerospace engineer, who had settled in the quiet suburbs of Oregon. He didn't have cancer, but his family history read like a tragic list: his younger brother, prostate cancer; his mother, colon cancer; his youngest daughter, currently undergoing treatment for breast cancer. During a routine checkup, he looked at me and said, "Doctor, I know I can't change my genes, but can food change how my genes behave?" I smiled gently and replied, "Sir, science calls it epigenetics, and one of our most powerful weapons is a humble broccoli stalk. When you chop, chew, or lightly steam broccoli, it releases a unique compound, sulforaphane." A groundbreaking 2017 study published in Cancer Prevention Research, funded by Johns Hopkins University, revealed that sulforaphane can activate over 200 protective genes, while suppressing genes that promote tumor growth. Source: Cancer Previous Res 2017, 10, 9456. For 64, specifically, sulforaphane triggers phase 2 liver detox enzymes to destroy carcinogens, inhibits histone deacetylase, HDAC. An enzyme linked to tumor development, activates apoptosis, self-destruction, in cancer cells of the breast, prostate, and colon. Beyond cancer prevention, what else can broccoli do? White heavy checkmark reduces systemic inflammation, a major root of cancer and chronic disease. White heavy checkmark protects DNA from damage caused by pollutants, pesticides, and heavy metals. White heavy checkmark provides high levels of vitamin C, K, folate, and lutein, boosting immunity and cleansing blood vessels. White heavy checkmark enhances digestion and helps eliminate excess estrogen, reducing the risk of breast and uterine cancers in women. How to eat broccoli for maximum sulforaphane power: steam for just 3 to 4 minutes, never overcook, eat raw if thoroughly washed, grate with lemon juice and olive oil, chop and let sit for 15 minutes before cooking. This allows the myrosinase enzyme to fully activate. An effective serving equals 1 cup, about 90 g, per meal, 3 to 5 times a week. Add broccoli sprouts to your salads. They contain 20 to 50 times more sulforaphane than mature broccoli, after 6 months of eating broccoli 5 days a week. Along with other cruciferous vegetables, Mr. Walter returned for follow-up testing. We conducted an epigenetic panel, and the results were remarkable. His GST gene activity, a major antioxidant gene, had significantly increased. HDAC enzyme levels, linked to cancer mutations, dropped by nearly 40%. Inflammation markers, CRP, IL-6, were incredibly low for someone nearly 80. My colleague, a senior cardiologist, looked at the data and exclaimed, "I've never seen a man this age with biomarkers this youthful." Broccoli isn't flashy, it doesn't come with fancy labels, but sometimes, the simplest things are the most enduring. Each time you eat broccoli, you're waking up hundreds of dormant protective genes inside your body, and when those genes awaken, cancer has no room to grow. Food number 6, turmeric, nature's golden power against cancer. If nature ever designed a root that could work as an antibiotic, an anti-inflammatory, and an anti-cancer agent all in one, it would be turmeric. I once treated a patient named Lena, age 62. She had just undergone surgery to remove part of her liver due to a benign tumor. After the operation, her surgeon recommended rest, light meals, and not overexerting herself. But Lena, once a vibrant yoga instructor, full of energy and life, didn't want to just survive. She wanted to truly heal. When she came to see me, she looked me straight in the eye and asked, "Doctor, what can I do to help my liver recover faster, and to prevent the tumor from coming back? I want to take an active role." I gently placed a fresh turmeric root in her hand and said, "Lena, in ancient Indian medicine, they called turmeric liquid gold, and now, modern medicine is starting to agree. Curcumin is the active compound in turmeric, and its power is stunning. It can, white heavy checkmark, strongly reduce inflammation, by influencing over 30 inflammatory pathways. White heavy checkmark block the growth of cancer cells, especially in the liver, breast, prostate, and colon. White heavy checkmark trigger apoptosis, the process where cancer cells self-destruct. White heavy checkmark inhibit angiogenesis, preventing tumors from growing their own blood supply. One groundbreaking study published in Cancer Letters, 2020, by the University of Texas found that curcumin reduced liver cancer cell proliferation by up to 68%, and selectively triggered cancer cell death. Source: CancerLet. 2020, for 75:19-28, turmeric doesn't just help the liver or fight cancer, it helps your entire body. White heavy checkmark supports liver detoxification, by activating both phase 1-2 enzymes. White heavy checkmark reduces chronic inflammation, the root of many cancers, especially colon and pancreatic. White heavy checkmark combats oxidative stress, With antioxidant power stronger than vitamin E, white heavy checkmark boosts immune defense, enhancing NK cells and macrophage activity. How to use turmeric effectively. To truly absorb the benefits of curcumin, remember this tip: always combine turmeric with black pepper, because piperine in black pepper can increase curcumin absorption by over 2000%. Here's how to enjoy it. Spoon: mix turmeric powder with warm plant-based milk before bed, golden milk, green salad. Add fresh grated turmeric to smoothies, soups, or brown rice. Pill: use high-absorption supplements, like nanocurcumin or phytosome formulas, if you don't cook with turmeric. Often, take turmeric in the evening. It can help calm nighttime inflammation and support cellular repair as you sleep. After 3 months of drinking golden milk each night, paired with meditation and a clean diet. Lena returned for a follow-up scan. Her MRI showed excellent liver regeneration, faster than we expected, but what truly moved me was what she said: "Doctor, it's not just that my body feels better, I feel like I've come back to life." She said she no longer feared recurrence. She felt peace, energy, wholeness. In over 40 years of practicing medicine, I've seen many medications come and go, but turmeric has stayed the course for thousands of years, because it doesn't just heal cells, it heals belief, and belief, as you and I both know, is often the very first thing that cancer tries to steal. Food number 7, purple sweet potato, the violet power that wakes up your body's natural defenses. When modern medicine starts to revisit what traditional cultures have done for centuries, we realize something profound. Some roots don't just fill your stomach, they nourish life from deep inside your cells. That morning, I was quietly reviewing patient charts when a simple email popped up. It was from Jean, a 53-year-old Japanese woman living in California. She wrote just one short message: "I've just been diagnosed with early-stage colon cancer. Surgery is possible, but before going under the knife, is there any food that can help strengthen my body from within?" I called her back. During our conversation, Jean told me something her grandmother in Okinawa once said: "If there's one thing that keeps the Japanese living long, it's the purple sweet potato." And she was absolutely right. I've studied this vibrant root for years. Purple sweet potatoes are rich in anthocyanins, especially cyanidin and peonidin, two powerful compounds that, white heavy checkmark, protect DNA from mutation. White heavy checkmark inhibit abnormal cell growth. White heavy checkmark reduce inflammation in the gut lining, a critical factor in colorectal cancer. White heavy checkmark boost apoptosis, the self-destruction of damaged or dangerous cells. A 2016 study published in the Journal of Agricultural and Food Chemistry by researchers from the University of Colorado found that purple sweet potato extract reduced colon tumor size by up to 67% in animal models, by regulating genes involved in cell proliferation. J. Agric Food Chemistry 2016, 64, 2357, 367, not just for colon health. Purple sweet potatoes can also, white heavy checkmark, lower blood sugar and improve insulin sensitivity, helping reduce risk of pancreatic cancer. White heavy checkmark offer 2-3x stronger antioxidant power than white potatoes, especially in damaged tissues. White heavy checkmark boost butyrate production, a short-chain fatty acid that heals gut lining and strengthens immune defenses. How to eat purple sweet potatoes to maximize the benefits. Potato steam or boil with the purple skin on. The skin contains most of the anthocyanins. Sun with face. Eat them in the morning or early afternoon, to avoid fermentation in the gut at night. Herb: combine with ginger or cinnamon, to enhance anti-inflammatory effects. Tear off calendar. Eat 2 to 3 times a week, around 100-150 g per serving. Avoid deep frying or over roasting. High heat destroys the delicate flavonoids that make this root so powerful. For the 4 weeks leading up to her surgery, Jean followed the plan. She ate purple sweet potatoes every morning, she meditated for 10 minutes a day, she took gentle walks and never skipped a fresh whole meal. After surgery, her surgeon shared the good news: the tumor was small, inflammation well contained, and her body is healing remarkably fast. Jean later called me. She only said one thing: I never thought a simple root could make me feel so protected. We're often drawn to expensive, exotic superfoods that get all the attention, but sometimes, what heals you the most is something humble from the earth, like the purple sweet potato, the color of soil, quiet, rich, and deep, turns out to be one of nature's most powerful shields in the fight against cancer. There are nights when you sleep deeply, without ever realizing, inside your body, a silent war is unfolding, and you are the one who decides whether your body has the weapons it needs to win that battle. 7 foods, 7 stories, 7 small but mighty choices. Together, they build a biological shield you can create for yourself every single day. No rare medicines, no need to go far, just one belief: every time you bite into a blueberry, you're helping stabilize your DNA. Every time you chew a clove of raw garlic, you're reducing hidden inflammation in your gut. Every time you eat broccoli, you're flipping the switch on protective genes lying dormant inside you. And every one of those small actions, repeated daily, that's the real miracle. You know what? Science calls this nutrigenomics, the way nutrition can influence how your genes respond to the environment, to illness, and to time itself. And after more than 40 years as a doctor, I can say this with certainty: cancer may be a matter of probability, but hope is always a choice. Wrapped gift: if you've stayed with me until now, I believe you're someone who's choosing the most powerful path for yourself and your loved ones. I have one small request: if this video helped you see food differently, please share it with someone you love, someone whose health matters deeply to you. That quiet gift might one day be the thing you never regret giving. And if you found value in this message, you can help it reach thousands of others with just a few simple steps. Backhand index pointing right, like this video, to help the algorithm share this message far and wide. Backhand index pointing right, comment your thoughts or your own story. I'm here, and so is this community, to listen. Backhand index pointing right, subscribe, so you don't miss what's coming next. Every video here is a step closer to a stronger, more vibrant life after 50, because health is not a destination, it's every little choice you make today, for a better, fuller tomorrow. I'll see you in the next video. This is Dr. James, always by your side on the journey to better health after 50. Yellow Heart Man Health Worker.